Hi guys, this is How to Cook Everything and Everything. I'm your host, Chef Danny Boom, and today we're asking the question, what the is an air fryer? Now you've probably heard people raving about their new favorite kitchen gadget. One was the Multi Cooker, but now the air fryer is coming on and saying, here I am on the big stage. What is an air fryer? This is what an air fryer is. It's as powerful as your oven, it's convection cooking at its best, but it will fit on your countertop and basically cook everything that you've ever wanted to cook in one of these things 40% faster than your oven. So the air fryer was originally designed to create healthier fried food, basically using convection cooking. Now what convection cooking is that there is a heating element at the top and a big fan at the bottom. And what it does, it circulates the air in a 360 motion. So it hits every part of the food. So it's rapid heat technology, that's what they call it. So what it means is they could cook with just 1 tablespoon of oil from fresh. And if it was something frozen, you can defrost and get that same brilliant, crunchy, fluffiness in the side of fries. Just imagine French fries without the deep fat frying. This is what it can do. On today's show, I have both the Cosori and HomeGeek air fryers in my kitchen. They're both 5 quart, they both have got the one-touch technology, which means they have presets. So basically, everything we're gonna do today is just one touch of the button. That sounds like the best chef job ever, right? Out of the box, the Cosori and the HomeGeek are extremely similar. They both have touchscreen interfaces, non-stick dishwashable baskets, and they have 5.8 quarts worth of cooking space. And the big part here is their 1700 watts of power. Oh yeah, that's above professional grade. Their biggest difference, however, can be found in the grand total of your shopping cart. The HomeGeek retails for $79.99, while the Cosori retails for $40. Difference of $119.99. So our first dish of the day is what everybody had in first grade. Brilliant tater tots and ketchup. That's what we're going to be doing. So straight off the bat, what we can see is how the presets have a complete difference. The HomeGeek and the Cosori are both one-touch presets, okay? So that's what the first thing is. But then you look at the time and the temperature differentiation. The HomeGeek's preset was always lower in time and higher in temperature, where the Cosori was the exact opposite. So I don't know what the thinking behind that was, but it's very intriguing. I filled each device with a full bag of tater tots each and let them cook for the recommended time. The HomeGeek's tots were kind of undercooked. That means they were mushy on the inside, but still golden on the outside. Now, where the Cosori's was opposite. They were really overcooked on the outside and looked like they were more or less burnt, but they actually were perfect in the middle. Now, when it came to the basket took the full quantity of the 5.8 quarts or 13 cups capacity of a bag of tater tots. But what we did notice was in the non-stick area that the actual HomeGeek was a lot better. The HomeGeek was a lot more fluid when you moved it around, and actually all the tater tots had a lot of space to basically cook individually. Now both air fryers came up with more or less the same result. We did have crispy on the outside, but it really comes down to personal preference at the end of the day. If you like your tater tots overcooked, then the Cosori was your one. If you like them a little undercooked and nice in the middle, then obviously the HomeGeek was the one for you. But really, it comes down to learning to play with the machine. So I've got no problems with either. The thing that really did get to me was really how you adjust accordingly. If you've just come to this and you expect it to be one-touch cooking and you want something that's gonna be to your personal preference, you're gonna have to learn to play with both of these machines. Now everybody knows that we can do French fries and tater tots from frozen in an air fryer. That's simple, that's what it was designed to do. But what about baking? Yeah, now we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna bake a brownie in the air fryer and see what happens. The big thing here is what is the result. Okay, so both ramekins go into the HomeGeek air fryer and the Cosori air fryer. Again, we use the pre-settings, so we actually just touch the button and let it cook. The timing again was really unusual. The HomeGeek was a little lower in temperature and longer in time, and Cosori was higher in temperature and shorter in time, which is kind of amazing when you're baking something. Then we waited for the countdown, and then the results were kind of remarkable. The HomeGeek came out and looked beautiful. It was beautifully crusted on the top. It looked like a brownie, but when I stuck my fork into it and spooned it all the way out, it was very, very wet and undercooked in the middle. The outsides were cooked, the top looked brilliant, but the middle was really, really, really cakey and I wouldn't have eaten it. But then it came to the Cosori. Now the Cosori excelled at the baking. It gave us this beautiful brownie crust and actually gave us more like a molten chocolate baby cake type of feel. So it was cooked, it was edible, and the most beautiful thing about this was it really gave it a very different texture. The frozen berries, why I put those into the recipe, was to just give it a brownie a different angle and more of a luxurious flavor. And again, it came up with that. On this test, the Cosori excelled at the baking. It really gave us a great result. I think if, again, personal preference, the Home Geek would have just been maybe a little bit longer and it would have finished the job. So with both air fryers, we have now air fried the tater tots. We've baked with the other pre-setting. But then, what about something more delicate? Now, I could just go straight to roasting vegetables in here, but that just seems a bit obvious. How about a protein that really needs some attention to detail? So I chose to cook some salmon. Salmon really needs some attention to detail because the magic number to cook a piece of salmon is 7 minutes, okay? And I don't want to burn the outside and I want the center to be cooked all the way through. So what we did was, again, on some lemon, we placed 2 pieces of salmon, put a little salt and pepper on and put them both into the air fryer's non-stick basket. Closed it and then we used the fish setting. The great thing here was the timing was exactly the same. They both preset the time at 8 minutes, which in my experience would be perfect for salmon. But then the temperature was different. The Home Geek was at 360 and the Cosori was 10 degrees cooler at 350. It was a very, very interesting way of thinking about it. So let's have a look and see what happened. The Home Geek's salmon was cooked to perfection, cooked all the way through, beautiful glaze on the outside, and I gotta say, it was still as moist as it went in. But then the Cosori, I honestly thought it looked perfect on the outside, but it was really kind of raw in the middle. So that temperature differentiation was really, really a big difference. And when you look at the money, I'm paying $79.99 for the Home Geek, I'm paying $119 for the Cosori, and every time the results kept leaning towards the Home Geek. So in conclusion of our test today on these air fryers, what we've learned is about the pre-settings, the temperature differentiations and the timings. We've learned that you can trust to cook them, but it really comes down to personal preference. And for me, the results seem to be more consistent in my sort of opinion of how things should be cooked with the Home Geek. The Cosori is beautiful, it has lots of different settings, but to be absolutely honest, I think I'm gonna have to learn it. And also for my boom for my buck, as I would generally say, I gotta say, the Home Geek for $79.99 is 5.8 quarts, gives you great results, and really has exactly the same amount of settings as the Cosori, which is nearly $40 difference. That's all we've got for today's show, guys. This has been How to Cook Everything and Everything. I'm Chef Danny Boom. If you want to come back and visit us again, please do. Subscribe, share our videos, and tell everybody about the amazing recipes we've got here and these great product reviews. We want your input too, so share with us your favorite kitchen gadgets and your recipes that you're trying at home with us at Danny Boom Official on Instagram, and also don't forget to join our community on Facebook at Danny Boom. And if you want any more reviews or obviously some great recipes or even to see what else I'm up to, go to DannyBoom.com. We'll be here again next week. I hope you share this video and I hope you tell your friends all about us. We'll see you soon.